Hey everybody, welcome to Discard and Draw. I'm Tank, this is my brother Steel. And I don't know about you guys, but one of our favorite things to do growing up was playing video games. And we grew up in the 80s with Nintendo, with Mario Brothers, and stuff like that, Double Dragon, Final Fantasy, that kind of thing. So we're kind of partial to anything that involves the 8-bit style graphics, that kind of thing. So when we heard about this game here, Boss Monsters, we got very excited because this is all 8-bit art, and basically you are playing as an old school video game villain trying to defeat the heroes that come into your dungeon. Now, as I said, we were very excited about this, so we're going to open it up, we're going to show you what it's all about. So this is a basic setup for 2 players. You can play 2 to 4 players with this game. And everyone's going to get a boss monster card. And these are mostly based on old 8-bit video game villains. You got your Mother Brain knockoff, Cerebellus. Your Wart knockoff, King Croak. Robobo, which those of you who have played Double Dragon will know what that is. And then you've got like 5 villains that are pretty much all from Castlevania. You got your Vampire, Gorgon, Mummy, Sorceress, Lich. So you're going to shuffle this up, everyone's going to get one, or you could just pick the one you like the best. Doesn't really matter. Everyone's going to get one of these. And that's your starting boss. These you don't need anymore. So each boss is going to have a few things on it. First of all, you're going to have a treasure icon, which is going to be what you use to determine which heroes are coming to your dungeon. Each room card is also going to have a treasure, at least one treasure icon on it. Some of them have more than one. You're also going to have an XP number and a level up ability.
The XP value on your boss card determines player priority. The level up ability happens when you build your 5th room of your dungeon.
And the level up abilities give you different things depending on your boss monster. Usually it's something beneficial for you or something that's going to hurt your opponents. And this is a competitive game, so that's a good thing. Once you get your boss monster, then everyone gets 5 room cards and 2 spell cards, and then you discard 2 cards of your choice. They can be either or both of one type of card. They all go into a common discard pile because there's a few cards in the games that say take a card out of the discard pile, and that can be either a room or a spell card. So they all kind of share that discard pile. So you get your 7 cards, you discard 2, and then everyone gets a turn to play a room card to start the game off before the game actually starts, and then you actually start the game. So the first thing that happens in a round is you draw heroes, and you're going to draw heroes equal to the number of players. So in a 2-player game, you're going to draw 2 heroes, and these decks are also built based on how many people are playing. So the deck is going to be much larger with more people playing. So you start with the basic heroes. Once the basic hero deck runs out, you go on to the epic heroes, which are tougher, but are worth more points. And the goal is to get 10 souls of heroes. You're stealing the heroes' souls and consuming them because you're a boss monster. Should you fail to defeat a hero that enters your dungeon, you take a wound, and 5 wounds and your boss monster is defeated, and you're out of the game. So you draw cards equal to the number of players, which in this case would be 2. And each hero is going to have one of the 4 treasure symbols on him, and that's the treasure that he's looking for. After you draw the heroes, everyone draws a room card, and then everyone takes a turn playing a new room into their dungeon.
After everyone draws a card, then we move on to the build phase. In the build phase, you will play another room, and you play that face down in front of you, to the left of the first room that you played, and at the same time everybody reveals their room.
You can also build rooms over top of rooms that you've already built in your dungeon, and actually the advanced monster and trap rooms have to go on top of regular monster trap rooms that you've already built in your dungeon. And also those rooms have to match treasure symbols. At least one symbol has to match the room underneath it that you're building on top of for the advanced rooms. For the regular rooms, if you just want to replace a room, the symbols do not have to match.
So after the build phase comes the bait phase. During this phase, the heroes will enter the dungeons that have the most treasures of the type that they want.
That's right.
Thank you.
Just so you guys know, it took Steel like 15 takes to get that right, so...
And we're leaving this in.
So after the bait phase comes the adventuring phase. And during this phase, each player in experience order is going to be taking the heroes that are at the entrance of their dungeon through their dungeon to see if they get killed or not. Each room in the dungeon has a damage value on it. And as the hero enters this room, he's going to take the damage listed on the card. Should the hero get all the way to the boss monster without dying, he gives the boss monster a wound. If the boss monster gets 5 wounds, he's out of the game. Should the hero die before he reaches the boss monster collects the hero as a soul. 10 souls and you win the game.
Tank, I gotta be honest, I really like this game.
Yeah? Why is that?
Well, for once, you're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
You're never the boss. You're always going to the boss.
You're always trying to fight the boss.
That's right. So this game, it makes you the boss, and I don't think I've seen that in any other game, not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Not a lot of games that do that.
No, and you get to build your dungeon, which I think is cool, and you send heroes through it, and sometimes you get them, and sometimes you don't.
I know you like building stuff in games.
And
a lot.
I do like building stuff, and I like upgrading stuff,
Yes,
as
you
you
do.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the advanced rooms, which are always cool, and it's just with the 8-bit art, which I love.
the 8-bit
we
art.
both love
It's-
it, and it's just it's a good game. I don't see anything really too wrong with it. I mean, other when I lose, I don't like that.
No one likes losing.
But
this is just a fact. of
It
life.
comes with playing a game.
Yeah.
But,
it's gonna happen.
Right. But
It's gonna happen. It doesn't. Well, you know, this game. We've actually a few reviewers have talked about this game, and a lot of the feedback we've been hearing about it has been negative, and that actually prevented me from getting the game earlier than I did.
I do
finally
remember
caved. I finally caved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally caved and got it, and I'm glad I did because
I'm glad you did too.
It's a fun game. I mean,
It is.
The negative feedback that people were saying was that it's too easy to get killed in this game, and we actually haven't had that problem. I think we've had someone die maybe once, twice in a game.
Yeah.
At most.
Probably.
And it's usually late game when it
No,
happens.
yeah, it's late. I think
It's
what they were
usually
saying
when we're in
is
the epic heroes. They were saying that you get
die
knocked
pretty
out
early. Yeah, that hasn't been the case for us.
We haven't had that happen.
Yeah.
Like there's enough.
I think you get wounded pretty early. That's
Yeah.
definitely possible.
Yeah, you
but
can definitely take a couple wounds, but 2-3 turns in, you're probably not gonna
yeah.
be getting wounded very
No.
often. If you're playing right,
Well, if you
I
know what you're
suppose-
doing.
you could have just extremely bad luck. That's possible, and if the other
Yeah.
players gang up on you, that's possible. But we just haven't had that happen.
No.
And I haven't had any problems with like I said, dying is pretty rare when we play the game. We've played it quite a bit, so
I think I died once,
yeah,
and that was late.
that was late game.
That
yeah.
was late game.
That was late game. So
And I think y'all were ganging up on me, to be honest. But
we may have been.
yeah, I don't know.
We were getting nervous. You were winning.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yep.
You see someone start to win, you're like, we got to take this guy out.
That's right.
You guys want to work together? Okay, we're going to take him out.
That's right.
So that can happen. But that, again, is late game because
Yeah.
you get closer to 10 and everyone starts looking at you like, he's going to win. We need to stop that.
And you get those epic heroes with the 2 wounds or 2 souls, and it's either a win or lose at that point.
double jeopardy.
That's right.
It's double jeopardy, and you need to stop someone from winning.
That's right.
If you can.
Yep.
So as I said, I haven't had a problem with dying early.
No.
I mean, you set up. I don't know if maybe they were playing an early version of the game where
Could be.
the rules were a little different, but the way the rules are now, they pretty much make it so you're not going to get knocked out real early because you build a room to start the game.
You get a free room.
Yeah, before you even start the
Yeah.
game, you build a room, and then you also can. The rules say you can take a mulligan if you have 4 or more advanced rooms in your starting hand, or if all of the rooms in your starting hand have the same treasure symbol.
Right. Yep.
So you don't end up getting destroyed by one type of hero, or
Right.
or you lose because you only had one type of treasure and you couldn't get any heroes.
Couldn't
to
get
come.
anybody else, yeah.
So the rules prevent that kind of thing from happening. So I don't know if they were playing with an early version where those weren't in the rules. I'm not really sure. But with that and everything else, we've never had any problems.
No.
So they're saying it's very luck based, and it's a little luck based, I suppose.
Every game is luck based, really, if you
to
think
some
about
degree,
it.
yeah. But there's enough strategy in this game that
Oh yeah.
it's fun, and you're not really going to get knocked out early. You might get knocked out late,
Yeah.
especially if people gang up on you. But you're probably not going to get knocked out early in the game,
So
unless you're just
don't be afraid of the game.
yeah.
The game's not out to hurt you.
Well,
Sort of.
the heroes are out there.
The heroes are, but not the game itself. The game
game
itself
itself.
is good.
Yeah, it's a solid game
Yes.
system.
Now, we're all about expansions here at Discard and Draw. Tank, are there any expansions for this game?
There are a couple right now, actually.
Okay.
This game was actually a Kickstarter originally, so there is one expansion that is basically all the extra stuff that came with the Kickstarter, and that is Boss Monsters Tools of Hero Kind. What this does is this adds item cards that get attached to the heroes to make them a little bit harder to defeat. But should you defeat those heroes, you get to use the item card for an extra bonus effect. That's that expansion. There's a few others out right now too. They're not full expansions really. There's the Power Up Pack, which is a pack of, I think it's like 10 cards that you can add. Most of them are new bosses. So you can mix up with some new...
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, some of the new bosses, which is good. And there's also a big Boss Monsters box out that is to hold that. You can hold all the cards they've released so far sleeved in this box.
Wow.
And it comes with a couple of promotional cards too. There is also actually right now a Boss Monsters 2, which it's not really an expansion. It's like a full separate game, but you can combine the two into one giant Boss Monsters Battle Royal.
Wow.
So those are available right now. And the game is available on Android, Steam, and iOS. So you can check it out there too.
So that was Boss Monsters, everybody. I'm Steel. This is my brother Tank. We're Discard and Draw. Like our videos, share them to everybody, hit that subscribe button.
That's right.
And we will see you in the next review. So after the build phase...
Yep, that's the one.
So after the build phase comes the bait phase. At this point, you bait. So after the build phase comes the bait phase. During this phase, So after the build phase comes the bait phase. And during this phase, the heroes will enter the dungeons that have the most type of treasure that... I had it and then I lost it.
You did lose it.